So I saw this article today, and it actually made me laugh. Because I'm like, okay, so the Bengals are urged to sign Marcus Peters. So there's a lot of different people who think we should either sign Marcus Peters or sign Stephon Gilmore. And I think it's a lot more reasonable than saying we should sign Hunter Renfrow, like Bleacher Report is suggesting. But at the same time, I don't know how I feel about the idea of going after Marcus Peters. Now, listen, as I always say, everyone is a yes depending on the price tag. If you want to take league minimum just to be a part of Super Bowl roster, you know what? You come over and have fun and you do you, right? Like, I have no problem with that at all. I will never knock on someone who just wants to join us to be a Super Bowl winning, player. So, with that being said, if you want a ring chase, come on down. But again, it really comes down to the correct price tag. Marcus Peters, while yeah, he's not the youngest guy in the world, he is, and let me just double check this here. What's his age? He's 31. He's going to be almost 32 years old when the season starts. And that's definitely not young. I mean, if we're being honest, quarterbacks at that age usually start to break down. Now, in context of like, could he be a good veteran leader for our secondary? No. Marcus Peters is a hothead, okay? This is the guy who likes to fight. This is the guy who likes to start stuff. This is not your typical good type of player you want on your roster, / would be good for Who Dey Nation. I don't believe he would. And that's the thing I wish these articles would really look into, is it's not just, oh wow, this is a free agent. He's a player. He's out there. He could actually give us some veteran leadership or veteran whatever. Like, there is a different angle you have to look at when it comes to us signing free agents. First off, we don't like signing players over the age of 30. That's number one. Now, I think we can look past that depending on who the player is. We're not going to be illogical. If the guy's good enough and is going to help us out, we're going to go after him, right? It's not like we're not going to be stupid about this. But at the same time, though, there is a level of, how the player presents himself, how he acts, what he does. And it's even more than that if you really want to break it down past the, the franchise thing here. It's the penalties. If you remember Marcus Peters on the Ravens, one thing you probably remember is the guy would get unnecessary roughness left and right. He was very much a guy who would get penalized. And if we're talking about Stephon Gilmore or Marcus Peters here, I'd rather pick up Stephon Gilmore. I think Stephon Gilmore has more in the tank, and I also think he's less of a hothead. And I don't think he would. I think Stephon Gilmore would fit Who Dey Nation a lot more than Marcus Peters. I know we picked up Mike Hilton from the Steelers, and listen, that ended up working out very well for us. Let's be honest. But just because that's the case, I don't think it's going to happen for every single player. And we just got our, I think one player. Okay, hey, hold up. Because we did get James Harrison back in the day. There was one player we could pick up. But James Harrison was also, that was under Marvin Lewis. And I'm not saying Marvin Lewis wasn't good at, creating a culture. He's the one who really kind of put the framework in here for the culture. But at the same time, though, Marvin Lewis was kind of that coach where he would do some things that, looking back, you'd be like, okay, yeah. He was more of a player's coach. And he could deal with a lot of these hotheads and kind of turn them into a good leaf. And I believe James Harrison, when he was with us, he was pretty good. But with that being said, though, all the players we've gotten, Mike Hilton from the Squealers. We also got, again, James Harrison. The Ratbirds, we just got Geno Stone. We'll see how that works out for us. I think it's going to work out pretty damn well. But, again, I'm not going to speak on it until we see how the season goes. I've learned my lesson with, Irv Smith and... So I just got to take a moment here. Irv Smith. All right. Anyway, I learned my lesson with Irv Smith not to be too optimistic or happy about a signing sometimes. But yeah, so like I said, I don't think it would work out for us. I really don't. There are veteran, cornerbacks in free agency we could go for. And again, I've said this before. I do believe we could go for a veteran corner. And at the right price tag, I have no problem. I don't think we're going to get a veteran receiver. I think that's idiotic. But for a veteran cornerback, I don't think it's a bad idea. You got to keep in mind, though, like, our cornerback and secondary is kind of stacked right now. Like, we got Cam Taylor. I know we lost Cheeto, and that's what all these articles really love to home in on. It's like, they're like, favorite word to say. The Bengals lost Cheeto. Yeah, but Dax Hill's also moving the corner. So you got to look, there's going to be a replacement there with Dax Hill. And then if you want to say, okay, well, we have Cheeto. We also have Mike Hilton. We also have DJ Turner. And I know everyone loves to crap on DJ Turner, even though it was his rookie season. He's going to get better. He's going to progress. Like, that's just a fact of life. That's how life goes in the NFL, is players get better over time and they progress. But, we have a pretty damn good secondary already. And again, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying, there's never room for improvement. There's always room for improvement, right? That's part of life. That's even past football right there. There's always room for improvement in life. But I don't know. I just don't think we're going to go after someone like Marcus Peters. I think if we did go after a veteran corner, I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't think I would go after Marcus Peters, knowing his history and how he is. It just wouldn't be worth it. Because can you imagine week 2 game versus the Chiefs and Marcus Peters starts a fight with somebody and now, bam, we're going to be, 15-yard penalty and maybe lose the game, right? So I want to, and also another little side note here, and again, this is my cup of tea. I wouldn't sign a free agent corner or a veteran corner anyway until like after June 1st. June 1st, I wouldn't sign anyone until June 1st. Because I would want to see all the options at veteran corner available. And yes, is there a chance then you don't get your guy and you lose out on a player? Yeah, but I don't think the market right now for free agents is so good and so amazing that losing out on Marcus Peters is that big of a deal. When you look at it, you could get somebody else in the long run who's maybe better, right? Again, not trying to completely trash Marcus Peters here, but there's a reason why he's still a free agent after all this time. Like, teams aren't stupid. If they think this guy is that good and he's, that good, there will be a team out there that will sign him. We are right now at the end of May, and he's been a free agent since March. So, I'm just saying, if there was a, reason, this guy would be signed by now. And I don't think with Marcus Peters, it's really a money thing. I don't think so. I might be incorrect, but I don't think he's chasing the bag right now. Marcus Peters has always been more of a out there guy who likes to win. He likes to win. He likes to trash talk. He likes to get in your face. Which, again, I don't think is a huge immediate problem in that context. I love competitive players. I mean, give me competitive players all day, every day. I have no problem with that. It's just the level you take it to is usually the problem. And in Marcus Peters' case, that's usually the problem that ends up happening, is what level do you take it to? Like, you could be, out there, be competitive, but then you get into Eli Apple territory, and then, it's like, okay, now we got to start talking about, you're becoming a little bit of a problem. When you hurt the team by your own actions, that's when you got to take a step back and say, okay, is this guy worth it? Is this guy worth the money? Worth whatever he's giving us in return? And are we able to deal with what's going on? And, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to say no. I really just think, again, this is a no, depending on the simple fact I just don't think Marcus Peters is going to be a good fit for us, right? Again, I'm not knocking his skill, and I'm sure he still has some, skill left. I don't think he has as much as he would probably want to say he does. But at the same time, I think there is still some level of skill to him, but I just don't think it would work out for us. But again, that's just my personal opinion. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.